And then we went back and we're like, bro, our audience is 50-50. So we went and got a whole lot of like some collateral from women tradies. We learnt a little bit more, and from then it's like girls, like it's cool. Like we're real power to the chicks in trades now. So we talked at St. Cuth's, the most prestigious girls' school in the country. So I had Pauline flew up from Christchurch. Me, her, and Logan went into the auditorium, the most prestigious school. Like these girls' daddies are freaking filthy rich. Yeah. But they wanted the trade tour in there, so it was cool.
Welcome to the Puzzle Factory, mate. Thank you very much for joining me today. How you doing?
Good, man.
Good.
Feeling very refreshed.
Excellent. Well, you've just been to Samoa, right?
Yeah, cheeky little 7-day trip to Samoa to go surf my brains out and get a little tan.
Not bad, mate.
No,
Not bad.
good, eh?
How was the weather?
It was great. It was good. Surf was fun. It was a real last-minute trip. Some of my buddies, one of the boys pulled out of this sort of annual surf trip for some friends in Sydney, and they were like, who doesn't have kids? Who doesn't have a wife? Who can just pack up and leave and go to Samoa? So I got the call up and I was like, I'm on.
Perfect.
So, yeah, into it.
So how long were you over there for?
Just like a week. It was like 7 days in and out. But it's so easy, man. 3-hour flight.
Yeah,
like I've done a bunch of surf trips to the Mentawais, which is 3 flights, 2 ferry rides. It's, but that's the crown jewel of surfing, right? The Mentawais is the best surf in the world. But Samoa was great. It was, 3-hour flight. Food was good. People were lovely. The surf wasn't nearly as good as the Ments, but mate, I was still surfing in 28-degree water and just a nice reset, man. Like I've been freaking sending it so hard. I've been working my ass off. I was like, I need a freaking little break and
you've got to do it, eh? It gives you your perspective back.
7-day detox, I call it.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, fucking good stuff. Well, thanks for coming on, mate. Let's kick it off with the plumbing tour. Cool. That's kind of where I first came across you.
Sweet.
What's that all about?
Yeah, so it must have been eight years ago now. My buddy, one of my best mates, Logan Dodds, and I, we were on a trip back from Taupo, and we were thinking, man, we've been really blessed with, our dads both pushed us into a trade.
Yeah.
How can we sort of give back to the next generation? Well, we both sort of had a bit of a following on social media, and we're like, how do we do some good out of this? I mean, the whole influencer thing was so cringe and so wanky. We're like, man, at least if we could do something good, it'll make us feel better. So we came up with this idea to talk at high schools and inspire and educate kids into a trade. So we both obviously fell into a trade. Our dads pushed us into a trade, and it set us up for life, right?
Yep.
But at the time, we didn't know that decision was going to lead to all these incredible opportunities, right? I felt like a dropout. I was embarrassed to tell girls I was a plumber as a young fella. But that shift is changing. So we came up with this idea, the trade tour. We jumped in a caravan the first year. We drove from Auckland to Queenstown. We talked at 10 schools. It was an absolute success.
Awesome.
So we just ripped in after that. And I mean, it's just me now. Logan's moved to Australia. I handed the reins, but I've talked at 170 schools around New Zealand. Reese Plumbing.
That's amazing.
Reese Plumbing have been an incredible sponsor. They've sort of funded this, massively for the last 3 years. Ortex, who do acoustic sounds, and they're all in the school. So that's Logan's partners business. I've had a bunch of really cool sponsors throughout the years that have come on and made this work, but Reese have been OG number one, and same with Ortex. So big shout out to those guys. Thank you for making this happen.
I'm real ashamed now that I've got knockoff Ortex on the wall.
If you had proper Ortex in here, it would be that acoustic. It's such an incredible product. Obviously, we'll move into the whole bar thing later, but when we opened the bar, I asked Danielle for some Ortex product. She's like, oh my God, 100%. We put Ortex in the building, and what a difference it's made with acoustics and sound.
Kills all that echo and background noise.
Fantastic, Yeah. But so done 170 schools. I'm kicking things off with Hamilton Boys in a couple of weeks.
What date's that on?
I think it's the 18th or something. It's like Monday.
Nice.
I drive down there. 400 or 500 boys. It's one of my favourite schools to talk at. Logan and I always love going down there. So every year we do the year 11s. So obviously every year there's a new lot of boys come through. So I get to go and, they're just a real clean cut, awesome school.
Yeah.
I really look forward to that every year. So kicking it off. It sort of started a little later this year, but as long as I sort of hit my target of 30 schools a year, I'm really happy, and I'll just sort of cruise through it and decide what schools I want to go to. And it's, I might pop down to the South Island, I might go up north, but going back out to South Auckland and giving those schools like the best opportunity, like that they deserve it the most. And man, I wouldn't be where I am today without my trade. Like, I left school at 16, wanted to be a pro wakeboarder. Dad's like, oh, man, come on, I reckon you should get a trade. Like, the chance.
There's no money in that, mate.
It's also like, you fucking suck.
You don't even own a wakeboard.
Every kid's got to have a dream, right? So he pushed me into an apprenticeship. My dad's an electrician. He just knew.
Good man.
He knew. He was like, get a trade, you're sweet. You're sort of for life. I was such a bad kid at school, man. I struggled. I have ADHD, dyslexia. It was just not for me. As soon as I got out of school and into the trades and onto the tools, I was a different man. My whole life changed. I was making money. I wasn't so naughty. I was, you learn discipline. You learn so much from being a tradie, like life skills that you can take for the rest of your life. And this is like one of the prouder things I've done in my life as the trade tour. I feel like I've helped a lot of kids. There was a World Plumbing Day was a few weeks ago, and with Reese Plumbing, we met this kid. He was now... I was at a school a couple of years ago, Rosmini Boys, and now he is doing his plumbing apprenticeship. So he came up to me, he's like, man, I heard your talk, and he's like, I was thinking about it, but you solidified that for me, and he jumped it straight into a plumbing apprenticeship after that. So it was
that must
really
be
cool.
Super rewarding for you.
Epic, man. It's like goosebumps. It's that full circle. I mean, I've seen tradies 8 years ago. We started this. Kids from school that we spoke at now have their own businesses.
Yeah, that's crazy,
it's we've helped heaps and heaps of hundreds of kids. It's hard to tell. We don't have a database. It's just we go into the schools, we talk. The kids might listen, they might take it away, but they might even think next year I'll jump into a trade or it's also solidifying it because a lot of kids do want to be tradies. We go in and we're like, hey, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be hard. It's going to be grueling, but it's going to be worth it in the end, And then if you don't want to do it after that, who cares? You haven't gone into freaking hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt.
Well, yeah, I mean, I certainly got pushed down the route before I became a Sparky of going to uni and all that stuff.
A lot of people do.
And I just didn't see the value in it. I was like, unless you're going to specialize in something like being a doctor or a lawyer and you're studying something specific, what's the fucking point?
Marketing manager. How many freaking people going to uni to be marketing and then they end up running someone's social media account? It's like, come on.
And these days as well, like, I don't think knowledge is as much of a currency because it's available to anyone. Everything you ever want to learn is on YouTube nowadays.
ChatGPT.
Exactly. ChatGPT.
Seriously, changed life. Imagine trying to be a designer now. Like we literally, I use ChatGPT every day to make little posters.
So do I. Yeah. I talk
AI
to mine
is literally
all day.
we're in a scary, scary time, man. AI is about to crush millions of jobs.
If you're not on board with it.
But even if you are on board with it too, think about, there's all sorts of jobs that are going to be disappearing with AI. Contract writing, we wrote up a contract the other day, lawyers just need to oversee things and sign it now.
Yeah.
Tell you what AI will never, ever fucking do is crawl under a house or build a house. I don't care what they say. No one's renovating a house except tradies. They'll have work for the rest of their goddamn lives.
I heard something real scary the other day. Amazing idea. There's some guy in Canada who has started up a company where he contracts people to AI. So AI get linked to this company and they can then hire a person to do the physical stuff that they can't do.
Right, yeah. But the tradies still have to go and do it, right?
Totally, it just busts me out.
No AI is going to knock on Mrs. McGree's door and go in and change an underwater washer in a toilet or fix a tap, right? No way, ever.
Absolutely, but is that the first stage of us becoming slaves to it? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's where I went. I was like, holy shit. Yeah,
well, they're probably smarter and at least the boss,
Yeah, totally.
At least they're getting back to the emails.
So what's, with the plumbing tour, was this something you guys came up with and then went out to get sponsorship and get it back?
Yeah, we just 100%. We just came up with this one time and we piloted it at a school. And it just was such a hit. The response was epic. We were very plumbing focused at the start.
Yeah.
And our feedback from the teachers was, what about the rest of the trade? So we were like, great idea. So we went back and we rejuggled it, reshuffled the way we spoke and sort of, our stories both start and finish with plumbing, but we now, we talk about building. I've had Chelsea, she builds, bro, come along on tour with me. She's a builder. She's absolutely crushing it. Pauline Varlette, she's a Sparky. She's come on tour with us. We are massive advocates for women on trades. I've seen the woman It's like 10x. Like the amount I never saw
never used to
females,
see 'em,
never,
yeah.
and now they're everywhere, and it's like it's epic.
Yeah,
they bring
it is.
such a different dynamic to site. They're cleaner, they're tidier.
They're normally smarter.
Exactly. Oh, it's cool, man. It's just I love seeing chicks on site. I love seeing them get stuck in. So like one thing we are really proud of, because the first time we talked at a school.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, boys, tradies get the ladies. And I'm like, we're sitting there in front of like 300 kids, 50. I didn't even mention a woman tradie in the first couple of talks. And then we went back and we're like, bro, our audience is 50-50. So we went and got a whole lot of like some collateral from women tradies. We learnt a little bit more. And from then it's like girls, like it's cool. Like we're real power to the chicks in trades now. So we talked at St. Cuth's, the most prestigious girls' school in the country. So I had Pauline flew up from Christchurch. Me, her, and Logan went into the auditorium, the most prestigious school. Like these girls' daddies are freaking filthy rich. Yeah. But they wanted the trade tour in there, so it was cool.
Awesome, man. I mean, I've got a story that I'm a little bit ashamed of now, but I'll tell you. So I had the opportunity to employ a female sparky when I had my business, and I was all for it. And then I sat there and I thought about it. And I was like, I don't know if my young guys will be able to behave and not say fucked up shit around them. So I didn't do it just because of the risk factor for me.
The girls, they know they're on site. They've got tough skins, you know. Like the girls aren't going to get into it if they don't have a tough skin. If you're a sensitive little princess, you ain't going to be a tradie, right? Let's just be honest, right?
100%.
And that goes for guys as well. You know, like the girls, like Pauline talks about being on site. She's like, it's like working with a bunch of dads. Like they all look out. Yeah, they all look out for her, man, and it's cool. Like. Chelsea did her apprenticeship with her brother. She built her own home. Some cool stuff, man.
Yeah, it's great to see.
And to be honest, if I saw some dude being a creep wolfing, I'd probably just give him a good smack around the chops as well, you know? And I feel like 100%. Everyone's sort of going that way now. It's like,
I've seen it back in the day.
Yeah.
Everything
was back in the day. Some of the shit my dad said and did, like when I was in the front of my van with my dad, like love you to bits, bro, but like he taught me some bad habits very young. But that was it was like that back then. Tradies were stubby, grubby,
mongrels,
smoking darts.
Yeah.
You know, they were. So it's obviously times are changing, you know.
Yeah, totally. They have indeed. So what did the trades do for you?
Man, what didn't they do for me? So obviously I left school at 16, straight into the plumbing apprenticeship.
Where are you Auckland born and bred?
Yep. Born on the North Shore, went to Takapuna Grammar School.
Yeah, nice.
You know, I wanted to be a pro wakeboarder, so I had, I was never good enough, man. My friends were freaking 10 times, 100 times better than me. But I just loved it, man. I loved the scene. I loved hanging out with the boys. And so when my friends started going to the States to do back-to-back summers, I was like, oh, that looks so cool. I want to go over there. But my dad was like, look, just get a trade behind you and then go over there with cash in your pocket, you know? And for the first time in my life, I listened to my old man, and it was like the best decision I ever made. So did my 4-year apprenticeship, sort of 21, went over to the States and met up with my best mate, Brad, and we did like a massive road trip from Texas all the way down to Florida, so all through the Southeast. And that trip was where I met all of my friends that are now like family in the States.
Yeah,
and that so from that, I went back the next year. So I would come back and I would work. And at this time I was working for Eddie, who was Eagle Plumbing. He's now Elliott and Sons. And Eddie, it kind of worked out good. He was sort of quiet enough that in the winter time, if I took 3 months off, it wouldn't matter so much. And I did that for years, nearly 10 years. And while I was over in the States, I got my skydiving license. I started jumping out of hot air balloons and helicopters, and around the same time the GoPro had come out. You know,
and that's where the YouTube shit kicked off.
Instagram and social media. Before, I mean, Brad used to do it. He had Instagram way before him. He had a hashtag Jesse needs Instagram. I was not on it. I was anti-social media. I didn't have any social media. And then I started doing heaps of cool shit, and I was like, fuck, I'll post some of this. So got a GoPro, jumped out of a hot air balloon, posted, Spy Optics started sponsoring me. GoPro were flowing me, things like, GoPros, and just everyone was sharing my stuff because it was so unique. And that kind of built that platform for the whole like social media thing, which is what we were able to build the trade tour on, right? Logan was the same. Logan went to Europe and had this viral clip where he was putting his hand in front of the mirror. I mean, it had 1 million views. He's making good coin from it. So before that word influencer was even a word, we were making money from social media. I hate it because it's cringe and it's like I'm done with it. But it's allowed me to build that platform for the trade tour. And
obviously, especially when you first start putting content out, even the word content
I know
gives me the ick,
yeah,
but,
didn't used to, neither did influencer. Now content influencer.
But as soon as you start putting videos out online, you have days where you're like, oh, this is cool, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and then some days you're like, I am a dickhead.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, attention's a currency now, right?
I know, for sure.
And it gives you a platform to do other shit off exactly the same as a trade.
Well, exactly.
So for me, I'm just like, make it, post it, forget it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's helped me, man. It's helped me start this new business that I'm doing. It's helped me with the trade tour and, I wouldn't be where I am without it. But I wouldn't be where I am without the trade. Like I'm still on the tools. I still do jobs every now and then.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, up until about 6 months ago, I was working sort of 3 or 4 days a week for Eddie, just helping him out, just contracting. I'd jump in the van with the apprentice. We'd go off and smash out some jobs.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've taken a bit of a step back recently from opening
bar.
Yeah.
I don't think we've actually touched on this. So obviously you own Jolene, which is a pretty wildly popular country bar.
Country music bar.
Yeah.
On Ponsonby Road, middle of Ponsonby Road. Been massive success. So, I mean, Jesse James, I was named after a famous outlaw.
Yeah.
I've always been obsessed with cowboys.
Caveat in you coming on by going, not the outlaw.
Yeah.
Like
been obsessed with cowboys since I was a kid. My mum's a singer-songwriter. Music is just like in the blood. I didn't quite get that sort of that talent, unfortunately. But
brought up on country music?
Oh, I was brought up on all kinds of music, But recently been spending a lot more time in Nashville. Like obviously that trip through the Southeast, I got friends in Kentucky, Nashville, Florida. So I spent so much time. So country music for the last 10, 12 years has been implemented in my trips to America. So I've been obsessed with it. Friend of mine, Mark McKay, country music artist.
Kiwi?
No, he's American. I met his girlfriend about 10, 12 years ago on a photo shoot.
Yeah.
They just started dating, and just through that, him and I have just become, he's just up and coming, and he started playing in Vegas, and now he's like moved to Nashville. He's playing shows of 2,000, 3,000 people. He's a rock star. He's the man. He hit me up. I'd just broken up with my girlfriend. I was going through a fucking dark time, and he's like, bro, get to the States. Come over. I've got this wicked trip through Wyoming. Yeah. Like we'll do like a 2-week road trip. Come bring your camera over. So obviously do a bit of photography. So jumped on a plane, went to the States, and that was it, man. Just like this, that was sort of where the whole idea for like the Jolene thing came about. So
you were like, I want to bring, because it's a magical place, right?
It was like obviously I didn't. I'll tell you the whole story about Jolene, but from that I was like, I'd love to bring a honky tonk to New Zealand. So. That summer, a couple of summers later, I'm in Ponsonby and Jolene had popped up. So business partner Thane Kirby, who started Georgia FM, opens up this bar, Jolene. It's this tiny little hole in the wall. It could only have about 30 or 40 people. It's a tiny one. It was right across the road from where Jolene is now. And I popped in and I was like, bro, this is fucking... He doesn't know much about country music. He's, I roll in, cowboy hat, and I was like, man, I'd love to jump on and help, come in as an investor and help you probably bring a real honky tonk to New Zealand. He's like, fuck, okay. So sort of started as like a small percentage. Then the spot opened up, which was Mexico across the road. Yep. Long story short, him and I end up freaking being business partners, and we're sort of like half and half now, and just absolutely smashing it.
Nice.
Like just transform the place. And it's that authenticity as well. Like I've spent that much time in the States. I know the country music. I know the country culture. There's another bar opening up on the North Shore. I'm not going to slag them too much, but it's just like if you called up Temu and said, can I have a country bar? That's what you've got, right? You've got people in suits, the guy sitting there in his RM Williams, his skinny jeans, and it's just like, that's what breaks my heart. It's like, I'm so authentic about country music, and now everyone's jumping on this train. They're like, I saw Yellowstone. I know, and it's like, fuck you guys, and they've got all the money in the world. Like, we started this business with no equity. Like, we literally are off cash flow, which is like unheard of in hospitality, right? Yeah. Like, on a Friday, Saturday night, we got a line around the block, Well,
it's perfect timing as well, because that country music is getting real popular worldwide, but also in New Zealand, right?
Country's just so broad spectrum now too. You've got big rappers like Big X collabing with freaking Luke Combs and Ella Langley. Yeah, it's epic. It's epic. But it is. You just see these other people see the success of that, and they're like, oh, let's try that. But
can you say where that new bar's going to be?
It's in Takapuna, yeah.
Not open yet?
Nah, I think they open this weekend. But I've been giving them fucking heaps of shit online. My biggest pet peeve was like, I was like, this is cool. And then the social media chick, she's probably just some chick in high heels, doesn't own a pair of Ariats, got no idea what fucking boots are. Yeah. And she goes, us cowboys and cowgirls need to stick together. And I'm like, do you even know what a fucking cowboy is or a cowgirl? I was like, I don't even call myself a cowboy. I fucking fly wingsuits, I jump out, and I'm like the most cowboy on the planet, but I don't call myself a cowboy. It's cringe.
That's cultural appropriation.
Exactly, you know. And I'm like, you're sitting in your office in your high heels, and you're like us cowboys with your Temu Country at your hat. Yeah. Like you buy your hats from Temu, and you're trying to call yourself a cowgirl. Sit the fuck back down. And anyway, she got a bit upset about it, and I think she knew my cousin. She's like, your cousin's been an asshole. I'm just like, just stay in your lane. Yeah, don't call yourself a cowboy. You're a Temu Country Bar. Just enjoy that, all right? So if you want a real country experience, make sure you come to Jolene.
Hey, look, it might drive more business your way because people might go to it and go,
healthy competition's good.
I want the real deal.
Yeah, healthy competition's good. And we're a honky tonk. We're not trying to lean in on like the saloon cowboy bar, right? We're a honky tonk. Like on a Saturday night, I'm playing like frickin' Natalie and Brulia, just like the Goo Goo Dolls, shit that everyone can sing along to. Like we're a honky tonk. We celebrate all music. You know, I'm not gonna pigeonhole myself and be we're a cowboy bar. We're not a cowboy bar. We're a honky tonk. Yeah. Neon lights, fun, like good food. You know, cheap drinks.
So what? Like I've not actually been, and I'm gonna come. I just tend to avoid the city at all costs.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely come in for a beer. What makes it a honky tonk? What makes it fun? What makes it different?
Well, we're just so unique. We've got, we're the only bar in the country. It's got guitars all over the walls. It's the way we've fitted it out. It's obviously Jolene, so we're very Dolly Parton inspired. We have a 1959 Massey Ferguson in our bar, like a tractor in our bar. Like on Saturday night, we give out girls pink hats. Like we're a massive. Our bar is generally like 70 to 80% women. Like hens do's want to come in, and it's just it's a real safe environment for girls. They feel safe. They love coming in and partying. It's just unique. The bar is unique.
Are you single?
I am.
That must be a great time for you.
It's not that. It's more like if I had a partner right now, it's like, hey, look, I'm working till 2 a.m. I'm surrounded by women. I'm not that I'm being like a player or anything. It's just it would be hard for a girl to be like trusting.
It'd stress the relationship.
Yeah, it would. And look, to be honest, right now, while I'm sinking my teeth so heavily into this bar, I don't want to compromise that. I just I'm married to Jolene right now. She is my focus. She's like, we want to expand. We want to open more. And I'm just like, I just don't want to have some of the best advice in the world is like, don't let pussy come in the way of like your business, right? Because you can get so distracted, you can get comfortable, and then you're not hustling as hard. So right now I'm married to Jolene, and that's
not taking your eye off the prize.
No, exactly. Yeah, not yet, man. Not yet. Anyway,
that just slightly off topic, I guess. That Miley Cyrus cover of Jolene is incredible.
Best, it's the absolute best. You should probably cue it now. She's got the banjo and all the boys, and she's playing outside.
She sounds like Bart Simpson, but it
cool,
works.
She's so. Have you seen her? She's done some Metallica ones as well. Did you see that? Nothing Else Matters or something. She's done some Metallica ones. She's badass.
I've actually got mates in Bolton who used to have a band called Stay Clean Jolene. They were like a
epic,
like old school punk band. It was friggin' cool.
Yeah, it's
off topic. I'm just doing word association at this point.
No, it's great. No, it's good. There's so many cool covers coming out. Like Lainey Wilson just did one of that one. If it makes you happy.
Yeah.
But shit's country. So
Sheryl
Crow. So we play that at the bar, and it's like, wait, this is country. And then it's like, or Josh Ross does Iris, which is like a country cover of Iris. So it starts playing, and everyone's like, oh my God, I know this song. And everything's meant to be. The whole bar is singing. It's freaking awesome, eh?
Yeah,
I reckon I've cracked the algorithm with music at that place because like on a Friday, Saturday night, man, it just like the feedback, everyone's just like so happy.
Well, it looks like a great, I don't think there's another bar in Auckland that I've seen that looks that fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come over.
I'll be in there at some point. And then you'll be like, get out.
If you get too wasted, we'll drag you out. But it's cool. Like, I mean, I changed, just still being a plumber. Like, I changed a couple of taps at all the bathrooms in there. Like, instead of you get leaks here and there, and I'm just freaking. My tools are always in my truck. Always in my truck. Yeah. I pretty much fitted the whole place out on my own. Screwed all the guitars on the walls, painted the place. Freaking. I did 80% of that all from being a tradie.
Well, that's another advantage, right? And before you say tradies get the ladies, right? One of the reasons ladies love tradies is we can fix and build whatever you want.
Because we're good with our hands. Have you seen? There's that real funny. There's that real funny meme, and it's like some dude's like on his back, eyes closed, and he's like putting the bolt together like this, and it's like ladies, this is why tradies are good.
Yeah. You know? That's a cross transferable skill you're learning right there, mate.
Totally. Nah, we're good. It's just having that life skill that you can never take away, you know?
Well, I think the biggest thing you learn in a trade, it doesn't matter what trade it is, you reach a tipping point where you realise, I'm never going to know everything that's involved in this trade, but I have now got the confidence to figure it out.
And it moves so fast, right? New products. So if you're out of the game for too long, but you're never going to forget how to crimp, glue, and do your sole trade, right? You know? And again, like I said, it's just like implementing that hard work or that work ethic, you know, and I kind of got that from Dad. Like my old man's 72, he's still on the tools, gets up 6, 7 o'clock every morning, goes to work. Like he's an absolute beast, just like that old school mentality. Like it's freaking cool. So I mean,
they're pretty resilient.
I mean, I definitely don't have the work ethic my dad does, but if I did, I would probably be a lot more successful.
I think there's something to be said for not having that insane work ethic. It makes you think of ways to get out of it.
It does. You're right. But he loves it. Like my dad's a Sparky, and he loves going to work every day. Like, and I'm like, that's cool, you know.
Well, the other side of being in a trade as well is like young lad, young girl, you'll never laugh as much in your life.
Yeah. It's good camaraderie on site.
When you're on jobs with a bunch of people and you're all in the same fucking boat.
Sometimes, like working on your own gets depressing. I know some tradies, you know, if you're a maintenance plumber or something, you're on your own a lot. But as soon as you get onto site with the lads, it is fun. That's why building's cool, because you're always building with a bunch of different lads or girls on site. And there is, you know, like plumbing, you can definitely be on your own a little bit more, but even when I've got my apprentice Cam on site, like we have a good giggle.
Well, there's always somebody to have the crack with, and you know what it. Well, all right. What's the craziest shit you've ever seen on site?
Fuck. I don't know craziest shit, but I fucking was this brand new build and they're just about to put the kitchen together and I had to cut the pipes because I'd looped them. Yeah. And I cut them and I didn't crimp one of them and I ran up the driveway and turned the water on and fucked off. Didn't go back down and checked. And like then I was like, they've got the Asian painters on site and plasterers and like there's fucking water coming down and I'm just like, I just started contracting to Eddie.
Wasn't me.
To Eddie, and he's like, what the fuck is fucking waterfall in the fucking house? And I'm like, nah, it wasn't me. I crimped the pipe. He goes, you fucking clearly didn't, you stupid cunt. And I fucking race back there and there's fucking light waters coming through the light fittings and I'm like, oh, fuck. I was like, was that me? She just started, just no insurance, but I luckily I raced it to hire Paul or whatever and got the freaking the diesel heaters. And it all came like it was, but there was I was brushing water through the garage. Yeah. I was like, fuck.
If some people only knew what had happened to get that house built, right?
Oh, man. I was like, it was probably that. I've had another one too. I was brazing and fucking almost lit an entire house on fire. I've had a couple of fucking shockers. Yeah. So whenever my phone rang, Eddie, I'd call Eddie. It was like, here's the fire starter. I was just brazing and it hit the paper behind it. And then next minute, there's like smoke coming out the fucking tiles. And someone's like, luckily the glass, like I had a bucket of water, but I couldn't get to. Luckily the glass guy comes running in with a fire extinguisher. Yeah. I just punch a hole in the roof and hit it in front of me. Got it, like managed to get it out. Fire brigade showed up. They're like, nah, no more hot spots. Yeah. I was like, that was about a day or two before I flew out to the States for 3 months. I was like, shit, I hope I got a job when I get back.
Now, how much is that going to cost?
I've had some shockers, but hey, it's all fun and games.
We had some, so like a decent chunk of my apprenticeship in the UK was spent, we got the contract to rewire all the council houses around the Man City ground, which is pretty rough.
I've done council work. It's fucking rough.
We'd go into a house and be like some chick smoking a joint while she's like feeding the baby and then she's selling crack on the side.
Okay, that's England rough. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah. That's rougher than Thames rough.
One house I went up in the attic to rewire the upstairs lights, come down and there was a wheelie bin up there. So like didn't go near it. And I come back down. Well, I did. I looked inside it and then left it. Full of sawn-off shotguns.
Wow.
And I came back down the ladders and the dude who owns the house is like, do you see anything up there? And I was like, nope. He was like, good.
Classic.
I was like, fuck.
We had the very first season of The Block, we were doing all the behind the scenes plumbing on Takapuna.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. My old company did a bunch of the sparky work on that. PS,
So I'm under the house and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I pull it out and it's a fucking fleshlight. It's a fucking. I'm like, oh,
Did
the
you
house
taste
used
it?
to be the house used to be a brothel. Obviously, the film crew saw it. Like even so, Jay Reeves, a good mate of mine, somehow ended up on fucking ZM. Plumber finds a fucking fleshlight under a house on the block, and I'm like, oh man, no, I was like, I didn't realize what it was, and I was like, oh, you know, they got thrown around all the builders, and there's a bit of a laugh before it ended up in the skip. But
I've come across a few wobbly weapons and that in my time, like under beds while you're doing the PowerPoint next to the bed and shit. But I did it one time, and the lady was sat working at her desk. I'm telling a lie, this one was my business partner. So he video calls me, and he's like, shh. Puts the camera over his shoulder. The husband and wife are at separate desks in the same room working. So they know he's going to go under the bed. So he's like, shh, shows me them. And then just goes under the bed and there's like 5 wobbly weapons there. He's like, are they swingers? Like, what the hell is going on here?
Clearly. You know? It's every tradie's not dream, but it's like the odd situation where you go and knock on the door and there's the lonely...
Are you here to fix my pipes?
There's the lonely housewife. I can honestly say it hasn't happened, you know?
Nah. It's never happened to me.
Nah. Well, hey, still could.
The closest I ever got was when I was working in a pub back in the UK when I was like 17.
There you go, working in a pub.
One of the locals rang up, this old like hag of a woman. Like, I think when she was naked, she would have looked like she needed ironing. You know what I mean? Like, it was not good.
Some pigs at the back.
And she rings up and she's like, I'm naked on the rug in front of the fire. Why don't you come around and sort me out? And I was like
wow.
It was so, because I recognized the voice. I was just like,
no. Didn't think about it?
No. I regret it now, obviously.
Would have made a good story.
Yeah, exactly. But no, we had some cracker ones. I remember like another one, I was rewiring the lights in the ceiling. No, I was running earth to a hot water cylinder. And like the ceiling was a bit fucked and I was having to like squeeze into the corner. Anyway, I went through with the earth cable behind the back of the hot water cylinder and got stuck upside down between like, the wall and the cylinder. And it was burning my head because it was an old one that didn't. I'm like, get me out of here, get me out of here.
Lucky, so there was someone else on site.
There were 4 of us in the house.
Wow.
But they just came up and laughed at me.
Of course.
It took them like 4 minutes to get me out of there.
Imagine if no one was there.
I know. Oh, yeah, it would have been.
That would have sucked. That could have tortured you to death. Yeah.
Could have died. But I looked like, you know, when the iron hits him on Home Alone.
Yes, I know.
That's what my forehead was like.
Speaking of near-death experiences, I'll tell you a bit of a story that happened to me on Christmas Day. I was out spearfishing.
Yeah.
Family went down to Christchurch or something, so I was alone on Christmas Day, which was like absolutely fucking lovely. And my mate's wife works for Air New Zealand, so he had the day off too.
Yeah.
He's like, let's go spearfishing. So we take the boat over to Barry. It was mintest day. Frickin' get in the water, just getting schooled by these frickin' monster kingies, and I'm bang, like smack this kingy over. Got the most epic holding shot right through the gill plate, and I'm like cruising. He gets his one because it was this massive school.
Yeah.
We're like chahooing. He gets back to the boat. He jumps in the boat quick because he's a pussy, scared of sharks. And so I'm toying with my shirt. I had it, so I was just I've done shot so many fish. I was just so confident.
It's casual.
Grab my knife, and he swims. He kind of swims through my legs, knocks a knife out of my hands, and with the spear through his head, goes straight into my leg. And I was like, oh fuck, that got me. It didn't go. It only went in like a little bit,
just pricked you,
but it fucking nicked an artery. Oh. And next minute, I look down, and there's blood everywhere, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I drop the gun, so I go down, get the fish into the boat, most importantly. So
but at this point you're burly essentially.
Oh bro, I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. Get the fish in the boat, I climb up, Mark's like, you alright? I was like, nah. We cut my wetsuit open, just like honestly, it was like a fountain. And I'm like, holy fuck. So I'm starting to go pale and white. He's just like so calm. We grab the weight belt, we try to tourniquet my leg, then he gets the first aid kit. The ambo guys reckon another minute or so, I would have bled out. It would have been done. And so I'm like, at this point, I'm like white, queasy as. We stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
We got 50 minutes to get back to the boat ramp. I'm like, look, I'm not calling for a helicopter. I've stopped the blood. Like, there's not much you can do now.
Good,
and apparently you make blood quite quick.
Yeah.
So Yeah, we get back to the boat ramp, and I'm freaking like. By that stage, I'd perked up. I was like, I'm good now. But like, yeah, it was touch and go. It was the closest. Yeah, I mean, I've had lots of near-death experiences, but that was the closest.
Yeah, well, you do some pretty crazy shit.
Even just in Samoa, like you're surfing, and I freaking just took one on the head, and you get pinned to the bottom, and then my leg rope's fucking stuck under the rock, and I'm like, fuck, whip the leg rope off, and
Yeah, it's fucking. I think the worst I ever got nailed on a beach was there's a beach called Crane Beach in Barbados, and I only would have been like maybe 12 or 13 or something, and that was the first time I'd ever been like caught by the ocean.
Yeah, it's a powerful place.
I would have been like bodyboarding or some shit,
yeah,
and I got dumped, and it like sucked me back.
Damn, yeah, it
and
does.
Then put me in the washing machine, so it just kept dumping on me. And
all of my near-death experiences are pretty much in the ocean. Dad ran me over when I was wakeboarding as a kid, and like I had my life jacket on and my wakeboard on, and he's like trying to come up beside me, and he's kind of come right over me. He stopped the boat on top of me, so my legs were up one side of the hull, my vest was up the other, and I'm like, fuck, I couldn't get the fucking board off, and they were like, where the fuck is he? And I'm under the boat, fuck, and that was a real close near drowning.
He was just trying to scare you out of being a professional wakeboarder, right?
And then when I was a kid, I walked on top of a freaking pool cover and just slipped under it, and I was I must have been 2. My sister's like 3.5, and she's just like pointing at the pool cover, and everyone's like, where's Jessie? And Mum just freaking pulls me up by my head, by my hair, and it was like another close one. So
that's a super common one,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's all character building.
Right, I'm going to use you as a bit of a crash test dummy, if that's all right. Yeah. I've got a new segment that we're going to do.
Presented by Mimosas. No,
yeah.
Is this one sponsored by?
This is sponsored by Jolene.
Epic. Yeah, great idea.
Plumbing tour.
Great. Perfect.
So the new section's called This or That.
Yeah.
I'm basically going to ask you a bunch of fucking random questions.
Cool.
Quickfire.
Sweet.
All right. Mince and cheese or steak and cheese?
Mince and cheese.
Early riser or night owl?
Early riser.
Cadbury or Whittaker's?
Cadbury.
Oh, that surprises me.
I'm not a proud Kiwi. Honestly, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not one of those like fly the Kiwi flag. If I could fly the American flag on my shoulders, I probably would. I'm not one of those. I love the Warriors, up the wires, but not a proud Kiwi.
Yeah. I had Daz's cocked on air the other week. The guy who does all the One New Zealand content for the Warriors.
Yeah. Well, that's
Baker. He's obsessed.
Yeah,
obsessed.
I know the whole Warriors team.
Yeah. Nice.
Logan, my business partner for the Tradie, he does all the content for the Warriors. His wife's dad owns the team.
Okay.
Mark Robinson, who they own Ortex.
The pie guy who does the Warriors shit.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. Yeah. He's been into the bar a couple of times.
Yeah. GC. Beach or mountains?
Oh, fuck. Probably the beach. Oh, that's a tough one because I snowboard my brains out too. But I'd say the beach. Just the ocean. Okay. Yeah.
Apple or Android?
Apple. Fuck Android.
Yeah, I agree with you there, mate.
Android.
Window seat or aisle seat?
Window seat all day. Put the head down. Out cold.
Top sheet on the bed or no sheet?
No sheet. Just straight duvet.
Okay.
Change the duvet cover. Change the bottom cover once a week.
Okay. This one's about shitting.
Yeah. Sweet.
Scrunch or fold?
Fold. People that fucking scrunch.
Sort your fucking life out. You're clearly unorganized.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Yep. Me
Savory.
too.
Yeah, I'd rather go a pie than a chocolate bar.
Me too. Text or call?
I'm a big caller. I love you, especially after I've had a coffee. Like I called my buddy this morning at 7 a.m. He goes, "Are you fucking on drugs?" I was like, "Nah, the coffee just hit me real hard."
That ADHD kicking off.
He literally said that this morning. He's like, "You on drugs?" I was like, "No, I just freaking had my coffee and flying." What are you up to?
So I've currently got 92 unread messages. So that tells you what I am.
I love a phone call.
All right. Favorite pint or alcoholic drink?
I tell you what, there's a beer in Australia called Stone and Wood.
Never heard of it.
It's massive in Byron Bay. It's massive in Australia. We can't get it here.
Yeah.
It's the nicest beer I've ever had in my life.
Are you like hazy drinker, lager drinker?
I like it's a real light hazy. It's kind of like I don't know what it is. It's phenomenal. And I go to Aussie a lot, and it's the first. I just love a pint of Stone and Wood. They just sponsored the WSL in Queensland.
Yeah.
Man, if they can see this, sponsor me. I want some Stone. I can't even get in New Zealand. I want to sell it at the bar.
Yeah,
we can't.
You can't
it's a freaking fantastic beer though. So if you're ever in Aussie,
check
neck
it
of
out.
stone and wood. I'm sure all the Aussie guys watching this will agree with me. It's a fucking delicious number.
All right, I'll check that out. I mean, I'm from the UK, obviously.
Yeah, so what are you, Guinness? Guilty for a Guinea?
There's a beer that's brewed in my hometown called Flat Cap.
Okay.
Favorite pint ever.
Yeah, nice.
I'll never get it anywhere
Nice.
outside of Bolton.
Yeah.
So I'm buggered.
We got these Michelobes at the bar. So Michelob, Mick
Ultra.
Ultra and Budweiser at the bar.
Yeah.
They are flying out the door. Mickey's too. They're like 99 calories or 95 calories. They're
nice,
low
yeah.
carb. They're delicious. So that's probably, I'll drink between drinking that and vodka sodas just to try and keep the rig at some sort of bay, man.
Mate.
If I'm drinking, working at a bar, owning a bar is dangerous game.
A lot of my job is done in the pub.
Yeah.
So I have to stick to the
I went
low
from
carbs.
drinking like once a fortnight to drinking 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Stuff.
I've put on 20 kilos since I started this job.
See, I'm the opposite. I've lost weight since opening the bar. Just muscle mass, right? I went from training 5 days a week to just being, so I mean, my weekends used to be like get up, go surfing, do all the most, and now my weekends are consisted of getting out of bed at 1 or 2 o'clock because I've been at the bar till 2 a.m. It's just finding this balance, and I'm obviously there more than I need to be, but because I'm proud, because I've just started it, like I'm giving it hell.
Yeah, yeah. All right, last one. This is a bit more of a serious one. What keeps you awake at night? Good or bad?
Fuck the ex-girlfriend, eh?
Yeah,
So if I'm going to be completely fucking honest, there you go.
Fair enough.
There you go.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, bro. I'll show the sensitive side. Yeah, that one does.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
I appreciate that. We all have different things. I worry about, people dying or da-da-da. Or sometimes you stay awake at night because you're fizzing on what you're doing.
Yeah, that's another big one. If I'm doing fun shit in the morning.
When I used to snowboard, I'd be like tensing up while I'm trying to go to sleep because I'm doing it in my head.
Like a kid before Christmas.
Yeah, totally, man.
I'm like that. If I'm going fishing or diving or if I've got a flight the next morning, it's always a tough one, to get to sleep. You're like, I've got to get up so early.
I actually only thought of that one last night, and I can't even remember what was keeping me awake, but I was like, I'm going to ask people
it's a good
That's
question.
interesting.
It is a good question. And if, like I said, if someone's honest and going to go deep, then...
I had
a
another
lot of
one.
people won't be honest about it, right?
Since you're being honest.
Because tradies, a lot of tradies, I know what tradies think about at night, and it's everything, and I feel for them. Like it's a tough industry, especially when things aren't going so good. You haven't been paid, you've got bills to pay, you got boys to put on. So, like shout out to all the tradies out there that are kept, they do stay up at night and thinking about what could go wrong and making sure they're going to have food on the table for.
And we know a lot of them have been working till late at night to get invoices out, get quotes done, all that. So, I mean, this is obviously something that comes up quite a lot on this podcast. And I know there's a lot of people listening to this now who are going through this. The amount of hats you have to wear to be a plumber or an electrician. You're a salesman, you're a fucking lawyer, you're an estimator.
You're doing it.
You're an expert tradesman, maybe a physicist, maybe a bit of chemistry in there.
You're also a counsellor if you've got frickin',
you're running a kindy.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like it's
herding
fucking
cats.
Crazy. Got any advice for the tradies listening?
Yeah, especially young. This is my advice for young tradies or young kids, because I mean I don't want to sit here and say I'm this freaking business owning tradie. I'm not. I'm more, I've always been a contractor. But for the young kids, just get stuck in, get it done, learn everything you can, sponge. Take this opportunity to learn respect, to learn to get up early. And
learn how to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, build that confidence.
Listen. Because your tradesman is going to teach you everything you need to know. And like I've said this before, like I'll take a kid any day of the week as long as he's got a good attitude. Attitude is one thing you can never teach. That you're born with a good attitude, right? And if you've got a good attitude, I don't care if you don't even know how to hold a hammer properly. I don't care. I will teach you that. I don't care if you've never used a drill. All that stuff's easy to teach as long as you've got the right attitude.
It's the want to do it as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. I run agree. To the vans. Don't sit there on your phone all day. All those good things.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So, like, I guess it's kind of different for every trade, obviously, with ours. Like, young fellas can come to us, they can go to the local Sparky, they can go to Etco for an apprenticeship. young plumbers, what's the route into an apprenticeship for young plumbers?
For me, I'd like to tell these kids, pop into your local Reese branch, right? Like that's where we got one of our apprentices from. He went into Reese, he put his little CV out there on the notice board. You know, went in, you know, front foot forward, went in super smiley, and they were like, you know, this is a good kid. I'm going to sort of help him out as well. Like, use your local trade, like you know, use your local Reese branch, pop in, hang out there, sit there and freaking ask plumbers, hey, can I come and do a few days of work experience? What are you doing for the rest of the day? Do you want some help? Can I just come and sit in the van and like for free? Like you do that shit and you will have a job. Like I like these kids are like, I can't get a job. It's like, well, you haven't worked hard enough. You haven't tried hard enough. Go to Reese, sit outside with your little like a bum. Can I come to work with you today for free?
Because somebody will crack up.
Oh man,
right?
that'd be great. Like I would be like, get in the van. We're going to do a job, man. And if you're great, you gel, you're in.
Yeah. No, I think that's awesome advice because I think the way things are going these days, and I don't think
it is hard.
The current generation are as social.
No, they're not.
You know, so I think that makes door knocking even more valuable because it's such a point of difference, right?
Pop into Reese, bring a note that says, "Can I come to work with you today?" and sit there all day. I don't care what else you've got. You know, sit there and you will get a job.
Love it. If there's anybody listening who wants to get involved with the tour,
just tell them to reach out to me on Instagram. Just the trade tour.
Just what's the handle?
At Trade Collective, I think it is.
Cool. I'll find that.
Yeah, we'll pop it down in the notes. In the link below. But yeah, that'd be great. Like we're always looking for sponsorship. I'm sort of going to hit the ground running in a couple of weeks.
It's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun. I love it, and like I'm going to try and keep doing it as long as I can. You know, like it's easy to just sort of pop off from the bar. My Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday mornings are pretty free. As long as I'm working at night now, so I can. It's giving back. It's helping, and I've seen results. So
it's important.
I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, as long as important. I can. So what's the future holding then? What are you doing with Jolene?
Man, I want to open a few more of them, eh?
Yeah,
I've got a couple locations in sight. We've already had a couple
further
of
around the country kind of thing.
Yep.
I mean, surely I'd go down a friggin' storm on the South Island.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
I also want to
just play Wagon Wheel on repeat for 24/7.
But I want to jump into promoting as well. I want to bring over country artists. I want to start like a little festival, or I want to be in that space. So I want to start, I think bringing over artists because I know, like, I feel like I watch when I put a song on and I watch how the crowd at the bar react and I'm like, okay, cool. Like if, the only reason your festival is going to fail is because you don't have the right artist, right?
Absolutely.
If you have the right artist and it's picking that artist that's at that right age range where like it's people our age because we have money, you're bringing over young kids, like the kids don't have money. So if you can hit that whole sort of age demographic where it's like that's nostalgia for them. Like Alanis Morissette. Imagine if Alanis Morissette came over. Fuck,
Jagged Little Pill.
Bro, that album changed the world.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Obviously she's not country, but something around that. You put that in with a bit of...
Fits.
You put Uncle Cracker on to open for Alanis Morissette. Holy fuck. You're away.
Yeah, if you do put Alanis Morissette on, let me know.
I'll let you know.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start. Let's start.
I'll be there crying.
Steps. Let's start with baby steps before I bring over a freaking woman that changed the world.
No,
she's like Princess Diana, man.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, that was
another woman that changed the world.
One of the most important albums of the 90s.
Yeah, Jagged Little Pill.
Fucking amazing. I think what is cool
that and Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies.
Yeah. Fucking
as much as I love country, that's my era too.
Yeah.
Like that grunge 90s, Seattle, before they all moved to freaking Nashville. Yeah. That was a time.
Oh, that was me.
Temple of the Dogs, all that good stuff.
I was into all that
shit, man.
Massively.
Hunger Strike. What a song.
I think what kicked me off, I think my dad brought me a Nirvana album back from the States when I was maybe 9.
Sick.
And that, like, I'd already been listening to like heaps of old school punk and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then it would have been Nevermind, I think. I think it would have been 94.
Yeah, would have been, yeah.
And I was like...
And there was another human that was taken too soon, eh? But I saw something, Tash Sultana put something online the other day and she goes, imagine telling Kurt Cobain and frickin' Jimi Hendrix that you had to be making Instagram and fucking TikTok reels to be relevant in 2026, right? Because if you're not as an artist now, if you're not making TikToks and reels, you're a fucking no one, right? I don't care how good you are. Yeah. Like imagine those OG legends jumping online. It's honestly, the world is changing so much. It's sad. Like it's gone are the days of just playing at a pub and getting famous. Now you've got to literally become a clown on social media.
I think the onus being on the actual artist to create the videos is a bit shit.
Yeah.
But what I do
once you get to the top level, they're not even running their own social accounts, but
I think one cool thing about it, particularly for smaller artists or whatever, is it's your TV show, so you can put your own flavor on it.
Yeah.
It's not this faceless corporate marketing shit, you know
Unless
what I mean?
you sign with a fucking label and then they've got you by the balls.
Well, let's be honest, the music industry's absolutely fucked. Like, I spent my whole childhood trying to get a big record deal.
Yeah.
And then it meant something back then. Now you...
Totally. Now you're... Yeah, I know.
I mean, honestly, I think basically after the 70s... 90s was still good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was on the downhill,
It's tough now.
Yeah, it's real tough. But sweet as, mate. Well, let's call it there.
Yeah, sick. That'd be awesome. I've got to get back to
a
little meeting with Red Bull at Jolene.
Cool as. So if people want to find you, we've got the world tour that I'll put up at Jesse James.
Yeah, and then Jolene Bar as well if you want to follow all three. If you want to come along and party at the honky tonk.
Yeah,
but
get in there.
So the trade tour, then my personal page, and then Jolene, obviously. So
cool.
Put them all up. Yeah,
Legend.
Man. Nice
Thanks
to meet you,
heaps,
bro.
man.
It was awesome. Thanks for having me.